Happy Sunday, you guys. I'm a. Right. They can't have no more. You gave them enough treats. How is everybody doing this Sunday? I see one person on. I told you no. You're not gonna break my picture. I said no. Hey, Black Barbie. You want? Come on. Come to Gigi. Come on. Okay. Come to Gigi. Come over here with me. And we're gonna wait for your mama to get here to pick you up. Come on. Come to Gigi. Oh. Sit right there. Hey, Tyranny. Hey, Fox. Yeah, how is everybody doing, y'all? I decided to chill with y'all for a few minutes until my daughter. Now, see, here's the thing. When you agree to help these kids out a little bit, because she kind of derailed my plans, and I let the baby spend the night, and she been talking, and she talks, and they supposed to get up, come to get their kids, but it's after 12. Stop. I know, but no, leave it alone. They're supposed to get up, coming to get their children, and that don't happen. I'm telling you, I just told her. Let me tell you something. I got to be somewhere important at 3:00. Stop. No, hold this. Hold it. I said I got to be somewhere important at 3. You can make me late if you want to. This right here is just so unacceptable. Hey, Macy. Ask you to keep the baby, and then you tell you. Hey, Macy. And then don't come and get the kids. Don't come and get the baby until she gets ready. Mama, you know what she told me? Mama, I had some things I had to do. That girl got me so messed up. I got some things I got to do too. I want to go to the grocery store, and I got something important I got to do at 3. What's this? If we... Done shot Flatfoot off. Why not, Magic? Everybody, everywhere. Clean up. Everybody do that shit. Clean up. Everybody, everywhere. Clean up. Everybody do that share. Clean up. Everybody, everywhere. Clean up. Everybody. Clean up. Put that over there. Clean up. Everybody, everywhere. Clean up. Yeah, it's stuck. You got to get it unstuck. Yay! You did it. Everywhere. Clean up. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right.
No, we church. No, no church. Church.
Hold on, y'all.
Wait for not say. What the say?
Okay, y'all. I'm so sick of my daughter. Everybody do the share. Clean up, clean up. Everybody, everywhere. Clean up, clean up. Everybody do the share. Okay, hold this. Hold this for Gigi. Hold that. Hold that. Because your mama is texting me, getting on my nerve, too.
Okay.
Look at this right here. Hold on, y'all. Hello? I already did. I just did. I'm about sick of it, too. All right. Remy, my nerves and stuff getting bad. Go on.
And the Coco Killer. Coco.
Okay, y'all. Y'all, she wakes up talking. She talks in her sleep. She wake up talking. Stop.
Coco, the best.
Mm-hmm.
The best. It's Coco.
Mm-hmm. Remy's so tired of it. Stop.
Mama got Coco with the ear.
I know. Remy don't want you to pick her up. Her name is not Coco. Her name is Remy. Say Remy.
What is? Remy. That's Remy.
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 Come on, sit still. Let's play a game. Let's see how long you can be still. If you be still, Gigi gonna give you a juice, okay?
Oh.
Okay, if you could be still, and Gigi gonna give you a juice. Leave that alone. You can't mess with that. He said my grandson don't know how to shut up or go to bed. This one the same way. She wake up talking. She fall out and go to sleep talking. She be talking and then next thing you know she sleep.
Hey Coco. Hey Coco. Hey Coco.
Say hey girl.
Hey girl.
Hey girl. Rub her gently. Don't be hard. She don't like for you to rub her hard, okay? You have to rub the puppy nicely, okay?
Okay. Now you're nice.
Yeah, be nice.
Nickel Coco.
Mm-hmm.
Lord
have mercy.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Sit. Sit right here. Remy. I can't hold both of y'all. Go on. Lord have mercy. It's too cold to throw them in the wagon and take them. And take them down on. It's cold. It's 39 degrees, and she sure said it. Doggy park? Absolutely not. It's too cold. And then that water, it be the air coming up off of the water. So I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Come. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Apples My mom said you just as crazy as the baby. That's my favorite song, y'all. I like that one. It's funny too. Well, I guess I gotta go to Sam's and get some more juices, y'all. She drank every juice in the high C juices. I know she and she know how to open them. So I was cleaning up my bedroom, and I know she went in the front. She had gotten the box and basically had drank up all the juices. I said, "Ain't this a mess?" Y'all, hold on 1 second. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to put that phone on the charger. Hey, Stanley. Come on, boo. Let's sister. Sit still. Okay, let's see. I like to eat. Stop. Come on, let's sing. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Remy, stop. Remy, please. Look, go on now. Go on. Stop. I can't hold both of y'all. Remy want to act like she a baby. Stop. Sing your apples and bananas song. Stop. Sing apples and bananas. Come on, sing apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh. See, I'm supposed to be getting myself ready. I can't even put my Lord Jesus, my makeup or nothing. No.
Coco.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where's Coco?
Where your shoes at? Because your mama need to be getting closer and closer. No. Stop. Y'all.
Eat.
Eat. Get Gigi some sugar. That sugar tastes so good. Oh, that sugar tastes so good. Oh, that sugar tastes so good. Oh, it tastes so good. Oh, it tastes so good. That's a big hug. Okay. Give your hug. Okay. You get all Gigi hugs. Oh, Lord have mercy. What a tissue. You go get Gigi tissue so I can wipe your nose. So I can wipe your nose. You gonna go get tissue? Go in my bedroom, get tissue. Be a big girl. Go in my bedroom, get tissue. I left it on the bed. Let's see if she come back with it. That's a big girl. I get to thinking about when I had my girls, my oldest daughter, her mama is 27. My youngest girl is 24. I think she's 24. Yeah, 2.5 years apart. God gives you a burst of energy. I don't even know how I did it with two girls that was like 2.5 years apart, and that was double the energy. But of course, I was a lot younger. But shoot, oh my God. It takes a village really to raise kids. Even if you're young with energy, you have to have somebody to help you because kids have a burst of energy, a burst. I promise. They can go. They talk constantly. Let's see if she bring that tissue back. My God, good job. You a big girl. You would have got that tissue. Oh my God, you knew where to go get it. And you such a big girl. Oh my God. Let me clean your nose. Blow, blow. She blow out her mouth. Come on, let me clean your nose. That's a big girl. Let me clean your nose. Gigi, give you another juice, okay? Be still. I'll give you another juice, okay? Let me clean your nose because your nose looks terrible. Oh, you're a big girl. Stand still, just like that. Hold on. Big girl. Okay, I'm gonna clean the other nose. Wait, let me clean the other one. Let me clean. I said the other nose, the other nostril. You got a cold. Your mama didn't leave your medicine. Let me see. Hold your head up. Let me make sure I get. Wait. Oh, you want juicy? I'm gonna give you juice. I'm gonna give you juice and gummies. Let me make sure I got everything. Okay. You want juice and gummies? Okay. I'm gonna give it to you. Hold on. Gigi gonna give it to you. Okay. If you be still. Be still. Let me clean your nose. Be a big girl. Oh, Lord Jesus. Let me clean your nose. I don't like kids to have dirty noses. I'm almost finished. You want gummies? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give you gummies. Okay? You want candy? You want gummies? Turn around, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna give you gummies. Nice. Mm-hmm. You gotta be nice. That's right. You gotta be nice. You being nice? Nice. You being nice? Okay. Nice. Yeah, you being nice. Oh, Lord. Anyway, y'all, what's been going on in the YouTube screen? No. You can't turn back around. Okay. You can't mess with the computer, okay? Anyway, y'all, what else has been going on in the YouTube streets? In anything? I guess I gotta, because I haven't, I don't know. I was looking at Blackwood News and I've been seeing like, it's depressing though. Like they found some people dead. I think they've been freezing. Like the weather is pretty cold now, and I really hate it. Because most of the homeless people, they're in the downtown area. It's always colder in the downtown area because of the river. So it's really sad. I hate seeing a lot, and a lot of them are probably sick anyway. So what you'll start seeing is usually what happens is like some homeless people. Remy, don't you bite her. Some of the homeless people, they'll go into a gas station and steal something, or they'll go into a store and steal something and just kind of wait for the people to call the police so the police can come and arrest them, and then they can go to jail. Remy, do not bite at her. Why you bark at her? It's okay, boo-boo. Don't do her like that, Remy. It's okay, boo-boo. You scared her. Remy's scared of barking at her. It's okay. Gigi gonna give you juice, okay? Okay. Hurt my baby feelings. It's okay, boo-boo. You're a big girl. You're a big girl? Say yes. Okay. All right. You're going to get juice and candy, okay? Y'all, she loved the puppy so much. And Remy is older, and Remy don't want to. I think she remember Remy from when she was a baby when I was keeping her. She be wanting to try to pick Remy up, and Remy get grouchy. She don't want to be picked up. She don't want to play. And so she barked at her. It hurt her feelings. Now, Remy, you do it again, you're going to get I'm not playing with you. Don't you bark at her again. I love you. You're a big girl. Gigi gonna buy you a lot of juices, okay? I'm gonna buy you a lot of gummies too, okay? So you could take to daycare, okay? And then we're gonna go to the doggy park the next time you come over here, okay? I'm gonna put you in a wagon and I'm gonna pull you in the doggy park, okay?
Okay.
She said you put everything on there. She loved the juice. She loved those Hi-C juice. She still got a little cold. She don't know how to blow out of her nose. She blow out of her mouth. I don't even know if she got a nose sucker. I'm gonna ask her mama. I'm gonna have to order her one if she don't. Anyways, y'all. I guess I'm gonna have to go through the and see what's trending as far as topics. Have y'all been paying attention to the Romika Meeks case from out of Chicago? I've been paying close attention to that case because I believe that those two conspired to kill that girl. I do. You know, the other baby mama killed. One baby mama killed the other baby mama while the baby daddy was there. I believe they conspired to kill that girl. So. Yeah, she done fell on off to sleep. With her thumb in her mouth. And her mama still ain't here. anyways, y'all. Like I said, what else has been going on in the YouTube streets? I was going to say it. I mean, somebody sent me a message asking about Cornelius' court date. I mean, Cornelius' court date just keeps getting pushed back. And I'm pretty sure when he goes in January, it's going to be pushed back again. I'm pretty sure it's going to be pushed back again. So, I would be really surprised if they sentence him. All they got to do is sentence him. So, I don't know. I don't know why it would take. It's going on 2 years now. Like, I think Straight Drop was convicted last year in September or something. So it's going on like almost close to a year and a half. September, October, November, December. A few more months. It'll be a year and a half. And Cornelius was supposed to be sentenced like in November of last year, and it didn't happen. So it'll be interesting to see. But I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. Yeah. I wish that everybody would love, like, would get into like online advocacy, and when I say online advocacy, which means like some of these cases, I would love to be able to advocate for some of these families, and help them advocate for their loved ones that have not received justice, and meaning like starting petitions and calling the police department, trying to get updates and sharing their pictures and documenting. John Brown says, Real Talk with Tamara. Good afternoon, Miss Tamara. Just joined. Did you review Govan's interview on Real Life Productions yet? You know what? I looked at that. I started looking at it for like, I think I looked at maybe like 20 minutes of it, 15 to 20. And I got distracted. That's, you know what? That's something I said I was going to do yesterday, I believe. And then I got distracted. I'm gonna make sure I look at it today when I get back home. I'm gonna finish looking at the whole thing today and then do a review on the interview. That's what I said I was gonna do yesterday, and something happened. I went and got my hair done and had my grandbaby. John Brown, did you look at the whole thing? What was your take on it? John Brown, what was your take on the interview? Because I would play it right now, but I got my grandbaby laying in my arm, child, with a thumb in her mouth, sleep. So what what did you think? Did you look at the whole thing? Give me your take on it. Have you all seen that interview that Govan did with Real Life Street Stars? Did he say Real Life Street Stars? Real Life Street Stars. My take is he really doesn't like Doll. I ain't gonna lie. Like, looking at it, I did get as far as seeing that, and I think he has a very big disdain for Doll. I do, just from what I saw. And I think I got as far as when they asked him about Young Dolph giving out turkeys and stuff to the community, and he said, yeah, but Gotti did it too. So I think that was my stopping point right there. I stopped at that point right there. So This whole press run to me is him rubbing it in Daw's family face about beating the case. Hmm. Hey, Miss Kawana. Mm, 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 mm. I'll be glad when they start to release more. When the police department starts to release more information on whatever entity that is working on it, on Jeremiah Taylor's investigation. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be glad when they start to start to. His investigation seems really weird, you know. Well, I guess it's not weird. It's not. They're kind of handling Jeremiah's case like they're handling the young man's case, the case of the young man that killed Black Youngster's brother, Tomaini. Now, let me just say this: I am very. I think what that young man did was messed up to Black Youngster's brother. Like, Tomaini was not gang related. He was not involved in any of this Dolph stuff. You know, and as a matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if any of what happened to Black Youngster's brothers had anything to do with the Dolph situation. Um, okay. Yeah. Yeah. You know, because as far as we know, like with Tadarius, you know, their family believes that it was another situation. It was that happened. I hope it had nothing. I hope, because I know the internet tell lies and stuff. Um, yeah. It just it makes you wonder why Black Youngster took on a hate for young Dolph. I tend to believe that, or I have believed in the past that, he was mad because he thought that when Tadarius was unfortunately had lost his life, and Tadarius, was pretty comical and stuff like Youngster was, and he was talented. He had a different style of rap and stuff. But he looked up to his brother. He wanted to be in good graces with his brother. Tomaini, from my understanding, he was raised up on the same street, but he was raised up with, he knew they all dealt with each other and stuff. But I think another family had raised him, and an older family. And so that's how he learned how to like work on cars. The guy taught him how to work on cars, and he was just a real big handyman, right? And so I think that's him and Vanessa, because Vanessa had been into selling cars. Like, she always went to the auction because she got her car licenses. She's had them for many years. Gone to the auction, and she would resell them. And so what her and Tomaini had started doing was they had started working together because he knew how to fix cars, right? He was a hustler. and she would go to if it was something wrong with one of the cars, she would get Tamani to fix it, and then they would resell the car. If there was any issues, they was not a part of no chop shop or anything like that. He was just real far out the way. He had a towing truck. He cut hair. He worked hard. He took care of his family. And so I hate that happened. But as far as to Darius, that would be TD, right? I don't know who told the insurance man that. I don't know. It makes me wonder sometimes. I get to thinking about that. And I get to thinking about the hate that Blac Youngsta had for Young Dolph. And why, when a man that has not done anything to you. And then I get to wondering about, does he have issues with himself? Because I would hate to believe that Blac Youngsta would send his brother and make his brother a sacrificial lamb and send him out to go and do a job for Yo Gotti. Okay. Because his brother loved him so much. So, I don't know. I was told that it was something else, and I got to believe that it didn't have anything to do with the Young Dolph situation, and I got to believe that. Hold on, y'all. I think that's my daughter. Hold on one second, okay? Okay, y'all, I'm back. So what happened to the insurance? You know what? I don't know. The last time I heard Thaddeus Matthews talk about the insurance guy, somebody asked him about it, and he says that I don't know what happened to the insurance guy. They had threatened Thaddeus so bad that he didn't necessarily like talking about the situation. I remember one night they had threatened him so bad. He was online crying, and he had Ricky Floyd to get on it. Hello? Sound like I hear your mama. Your mama gonna make me say some real, real bad things to her. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. My grandbaby gone. Whew. My grandbaby is gone. And my daughter gonna sit up and holler about mama. I'm thinking about working overtime next week. She ain't got no damn babysitter. I can tell you that right now. She don't have no babysitter because she don't know how to act. Folks wake up coming to get their kids, not her. Anyways, he said the last thing he heard was that the insurance guy was him and his family was in hiding. So, no. I know they threatened Thaddeus so bad that after that, at the time, Amy Wyrick was the district attorney. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm eating. He went and had a meeting with her. So, no. All of that is interesting. All the people whose names came up and all of that good stuff at one time. So, y'all, don't y'all know my daughter? I told my daughter I wanted an apple pie, y'all. Don't y'all know she ate the apple pie? I told her that I wanted a wing and a leg and an apple pie, and she ate the damn apple pie because the box that the apple pie is supposed to be in is in the bag. I ain't worth the damn, I tell you. Oh, surely she didn't eat my apple pie, y'all. She had to have eaten it. She ate the apple pie, y'all. I'm getting ready to call her. I got to call her. Y'all, the girl ate the apple pie. I guess I didn't need it. And I know she ate it because the box is in here, but the apple pie ain't in it. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know where these kids come from. They come from somewhere. That girl just like her daddy. I promise to God she just like him. Let me call her and see something. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. No. Did you get me an apple pie? No, you ain't forgot nothing because I see the box. You ate the apple pie up and forgot to take the damn box out. All right, no, bye. Just telling stories to beat the band. Talking about, oh, mama, I forgot. I said, you ain't forgot nothing. I see the box. I guess I didn't need it. He said, why do Black people in America celebrate holidays such as the 4th of July? Considering all the atrocities, I wish I knew. Like Black Friday. The meaning of Black Friday. I tell you. You're right. I didn't need 3 apple pies. It's too much sugar. That girl's something else. Oh, she's just like her daddy. Mm-hmm. I've been wondering what's going on with that case, though. But that boy killed Tamani. He was wrong for that. Tamani spared his ass. Because he could have killed him when he was trying to steal his wife's car. Instead, he handled it like a man would handle it. He whooped his butt because he knew him. Then they get him they get him manslaughter. They dropped his charges all the way down to manslaughter. They quietly did that. And then yeah, they quietly did that. And then he made his bond was set at a very low. Why would this girl bring me a fat piece of? I don't like no damn thigh. I mean, no breast. I don't like no chicken breast. Man, oh, I ain't gonna be able to eat this. It's too big. When food is too big, I can't eat it. I do buy breast, so yes, I do. I buy the skinless breast and put them on the grill. They don't be this damn big. That's why I don't like white. I don't like white meat. I like dark meat. Shoot. But yeah. Yeah, what was I talking about? Y'all don't have to forgive me. I be forgetting stuff. I apologize. I haven't eaten. I fed the baby cereal and stuff. She likes cereal. I don't want no cereal. Mm-mm. Did I see a lot of gun and warfare growing up in Memphis? No. I loved it growing up in Memphis. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. I loved it. Like, I grew up in South Memphis and what they would call the bottom. They call it the bottom. Look, I be seeing people that I grew up with in Clementine. I guess I don't know. I guess sometimes people be thinking you're gonna deny that you grew up somewhere. I've always told people I grew up in Clementine until I was 12. About to turn 13. They used to say on Facebook, they don't do it now. I remember you from Clementine, you a bottom girl. Hell, I didn't even know what that means. I didn't know what that meant when they were saying that. You're a bottom girl. I'm thinking they talking about something sexual. And I was like, well, nah, I'm not a bottom girl. Because I didn't know what y'all know folks be saying stuff. And I don't be knowing the meaning of it. And so, but that's what they call people that grew up in Clementine. And so I figured, I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm a bottom girl, I guess. I did. I grew up over there. And I loved it. We used to have so much fun around Christmas time. Like the morning of Christmas, we would all come outside and be showing our toys. I remember my mama used to put all of my toys in a big garbage bag. I used to take them outside so everybody could see what I had. And I could see what everybody else had. We had so much fun. Some of the kids used to like to come into my house and play. And I used to love it. Because I had a Barbie doll house. I had that Malibu house that we saw on TV. So the girls would like to come. But I had to stop them. Well, my mama stopped them because they were still all my Barbie doll clothes. They were still my Barbie clothes. But I loved it. And so when it was like shootouts, it wasn't very many. Well, yeah, it was. The hood dudes that was out there selling drugs and stuff, they would tell us, they would warn us if they was doing, they would say, y'all go back around their building. They didn't want us. They didn't let us see a lot of stuff. They didn't let us see it. They didn't do it in front of children. They just didn't do it. We didn't worry about people coming over into the projects trying to do anything to kids. Them hood dudes was not going to allow it. They knew better than to do it. That grew up in the projects, they was not going to allow it. So I remember when they first tore Clementine projects down. I went through there and I saw that they were gone. I cried. I was like, wow. We used to have picnics. We had a picnic basket. Me and some of my friends that lived over there, we would get our picnic basket and go on in the back of the building in the projects and sit with our we would have bologna and cheese sandwiches, and we would have grapes and stuff like that, and Kool-Aid. We had so much fun. I remember in the houses, it was some white people. They had, the houses were big. They lived behind the projects. This white couple had a walnut tree. I remember as a little girl, I used to, when I would see them out there, when it got cold, I remember jumping up on the fence. Well, I would say, hey, excuse me, white people. Can I get some of your walnuts? And I'm gonna tell y'all how life has a way of becoming, like, it's just full circle. Like, this lady named Miss Deborah had a show that she had me to produce at my TV network at my studio, and she got a nonprofit called Wings of Love. So she do daughters and dad dances and all of that. She really promotes fathers and fathers being in their daughters' lives. The importance of a father, right? So I love that organization, because we have a lot of organizations to speak about the importance of a mother, and mothers are very important, but not necessarily fathers, right? So she was running late, and this old white lady who she was going to interview, she was sitting there talking to me, and she made a mistake and said something about Warren. She said, "Oh no, she was like, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the Warren Apartments. I lived behind the Warren Apartments." I said, "Really?" I said, "Are you talking about the Clementine?" She said, "Yeah." Now, this was about 3 years ago. She said, "Yeah, we had a walnut tree. And we always got all of these walnuts in our yard around the winter time." I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Lady, don't you know that our building was right there in front of you all's house? And I used to always run back there and jump up and down. I didn't never jump over the gate. When I saw y'all, you and your husband out there, and asked y'all," she said, "Yeah, because we used to allow the kids to, because she was like, we would a lot of times what we couldn't give away, we would throw away." She said, "So we used to allow the kids from the projects to come in our yard and pick all the walnuts that they wanted to. That's how we was able to clean them up off our grass." I hollered. I said, "Well, ma'am, I'm gonna tell you something. I was one of those kids." She's like, "Wow, that's something." It's something, and she was a snooty little white lady too. I'm gonna tell you something. It's listen, it's always God. And you know what, and I don't think I'm all that or whatever, but it's always something when God, elevates you or whatever and has blessed you. She said, "Now, what do you say, you work here?" I said, "No, ma'am, I own it. I own the whole network." "Oh, wow." That she said. She just kept saying, "Oh, wow. And you grew up in the Clementine?" I said, "Yeah, I did." I said, "I loved every moment of it." I tell you, we will be so happy. My grandma and them will be so happy because my grandmother loved like fruit bowls and stuff. So we would take I would go over there and my grandma and them would give me bags and I would pick up so many walnuts when they was nice enough to let us come over in their yard. Hey, they said we was cleaning up their yard for them. I ain't got no issues with it. The walnuts was so good. And we would have so many walnuts. We would have them way after Christmas. That's why I love walnuts right now. I love black walnut ice cream. It's my favorite. I tell you, it's something because Miss Deborah, she was talking to the way that lady talked to Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah got a real calm spirit and stuff, real sweet. That lady, lady act like she didn't want to be there. Y'all know where my studio is. It's in the hood. And they consider Whitehaven to be the hood now. And Miss Deborah was running late. She had a problem with that. My husband said, I can't be in this area when it gets dark. I said, ain't this some shit? He said, "Salmon, Miss T, salmon, everyone." Yeah, those were the good old days. People were respectable. I remember like my cousins and them that was out in the street, and even any other like hood dude, they would like when they drove past a church, like if they was playing rap music or R&B music, they'll have it blasting real loud. And whenever they drove past the church, they would turn it down. Isn't that something how people had respect? And that's why I get to thinking about these old Negroes, these old rusty, crusty Negroes that came from my era, that was born in the late 70s. Well, anywhere from let me go up a little bit. Anywhere from like 89 on back. From 89 on back. Going on back down memory lane. Past the 70s. I don't know how they try to act brand new. They old and rusty and crusty, and they try to act like they came from a different era. They know that we didn't do it like they're doing it now. So they saw something different. And they know that they did. But for some reason, they want to take on like the persona of these YNs or whatever they call them. So this is kind of messed up to me. That's kind of messed up. Like, the community really did look out for each other. Like, if you did something, you better know it was gonna be one of the women, other mothers over there that was they was gonna see it. Somebody was gonna see something, and when they saw it, they was gonna tell your mama. We were very like I used to know how to fix a flat. Like Mr. Tate the Castle, when we used to go around there, like when my bike was on flat, I believe somebody taught me. One of the boys over there in the projects taught me how to fix a flat tire. So I used to go get my patches, patch up my tire. I wouldn't know how to do it now for nothing. But we learned how to do things for ourselves. Like, I guess a lot of us girls were like considered like tomboys or whatever, because we learned how to do. We was jumping over rails and sliding down the rails. And I remember when we used to go, like, that government cheese was some of the best cheese. They used to come to the office like once a month and give out the government cheese. It would be that big orangey cheese. And it would get hard, but it made the best grilled cheese sandwiches. And they gave out cheese and butter and peanut butter. I know they gave out peanut butter. It was in that big old can. And my mom made the best peanut butter cookies. We just had a good time. We did. We did. We used to go to the Alcee Park. We called it was some type of program down there in the summers. We called it the free lunch. That's all. We was like, oh, we're going to the free lunch. So I don't know what the program was called, because all I know is like we used to love to go down there. They would play with us and stuff. Like, they would play games and stuff with us. But they would give us jungle juices and cookies and stuff like that after we finished. They made us stay the whole time. Like, they don't have those type of programs anymore, and I think that they should have them. Tierney says, yes, when I lived in Clementine, we had them good irons. Yeah. My dad is the only person I know, child, that still wore creases in his pants. I thought people had stopped going to the laundry and taking their jeans to the laundry to be creased and all of that. Child, my daddy took his even when my daddy got sick, he was taking them damn jeans to the laundry, to the dry cleaner. And I was like, I remember, I was like, Dad, I didn't know people still wear crease in their pants. I be taking mine to the laundry. I said, so you iron? I don't iron my own pants. I take my pants to the laundry so I can get them good creases. I said, Dad, I didn't even know that they still wear creases in their pants in the 2000s. I think I can get along with the blacks around the world, like Africans and Caribbeans. You know what? People have issues with African women are very direct. Okay, they are very direct, and really that's the way to be. But they're not gonna BS with you. They're about their money, but they're very outspoken, and they are not ghetto with it. He said, DDT. Oh, girl. I had, and I could run through the grass and skates. I used to be put on my skates and skate up and down the porch. And then if I didn't want to take them off, go in the house and put on my shoes, I would get out there in the yard and we'll be playing hopscotch. I'll be hopping scotching in the skates. Like I could run real fast in those skates through the grass. I love my skates. I remember I got some strawberry shortcake skates. I used to love them. My mom used to give me skates almost every year because y'all know the stopper on the skates. I wore them skates so much by the time it was Christmas time again, the stopper that they had on the front of the skates, mine would have been up. Mine had them wore all the way down. So I always wanted some new skates. I remember when the hula hoops, y'all know I'm old. I remember when the hula hoops first came out. And everybody wanted a hula hoop. And so I remember one day my mama was working at I kept telling my mom I want a hula hoop, and she was like, I can't get you no hula hoop right now. And then I remember one day I was on the side of the building of our building. We used to go play kickball. We always had something to do. We go play kickball. And I remember Chris came and was like, your mama and your grandmama at home. I saw them. They had some bags and a real big hula hoop. I said, my mama bought me a hula hoop. I had my hula hoop. Oh my God, it was blue and or was it pink and white stripe hula hoop? It was real big. It wasn't one of the skinny ones. It was one of the real big ones. Oh my God, I used to cook hula hoop so good. Hey, Cal Hyder. I think you mentioned one time that your daughter was dating. Oh, yeah. Well, let me just say this. I know that African men, they're kind of like they were kind of raised differently. Their culture is a little bit different with their women, right? That particular African, my daughter was very young. Okay. She didn't know nothing about no dating. I don't guess. These kids be doing stuff and you don't know what they be doing. Because my daughter, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I hollered and cried when my daughter told me that when she was in the 12th grade, I flat foot cried. She's like, yeah, because mama, that was the time that we cut school and went to the Whitehaven Park and we were smoking weed. I said, what? That hurt me so bad that to hear her say that she was smoking weed in the 12th grade. My daughter never saw me. I've never smoked weed a day in my life. I've never even had a thought of smoking weed. I've never smoked weed at all. I'm totally allergic to smoke. And and when she told me she had been smoking weed, I hollered and cried, y'all. I mean, she was about mama, but she had been, graduated from school about 4 years. And the mere fact that they cut school on Senior's Day and went to the Whitehaven Park, and her friends was sitting out there. They had cut their class and smoked weed. That hurt me so bad. Now, suppose something had happened, I wouldn't have known. All I would have known, I had dropped her off at school. And I think she brought it up because she said that day they got her and one of her friends got to fighting at the park. They out there getting high and got in fighting. Yes, indeed. I'm sitting here thinking about some stuff. I'm thinking about some stuff when those girls started getting older and they wanted to start like stepping out and experiencing life. And I felt like that they didn't want to listen to me. I had a hard time. I'm telling you. And I mean, like, they were not bad girls. I'm just saying, like, I would tell them, I don't think you should go here. I don't think you should go and do this. And they would do it. And mama, I mean, you didn't let us do this. We want to do it. You know, like the first time my daughter went out of town to Colorado with her boyfriend, I was hurt. I was very hurt because, I mean, Colorado was so far away. And if something had happened, I wouldn't have been able to get to her like instantly. Like stuff like that had me stressed out. But I've kind of let them go now. Like I let them live their life. They are responsible. I let them live their life and stuff. And I just kind of live my own life. So what is the racial makeup of Memphis? Are there any whites, Africans, Hispanics? Memphis is Memphis and Shelby County. I think it's probably more now. It's like 76% black. So Memphis is definitely a chocolate city. Memphis is a chocolate city. But I wouldn't have any problems with her dating an African that's it was just him. It was him. I didn't like him. The super serious all the time. They ain't for none. I stay out their way. They super serious. I don't know. I think a lot of people, I don't know if it's true. Y'all tell me. A lot of people kind of feel like a lot of the Africans don't join in. They feel like the African American fight and all of the atrocities and stuff that the African American has gone through. I hear a lot of black people say that they've had Africans say that that's not their fight. That's not their fight to join in. I don't know if it's true or not. I've never heard of Africans say that, but I do know that a lot of Africans, they are about their business. They were taught to work hard and stick together, and that's kind of what they do. Something that we need to do. Mm-hmm. I love you. Stay, honey. I definitely identify with African roots. I don't see myself as being separate from African. I don't. That's why I can't. Because hey, when I go get my hair and stuff braided, I be asking so many questions about Africa and the culture over. Because I think that the lady that she does my hair, she's from the synagogue. And all they ever talk about is her, when they get back to the synagogue, they love Africa. Like different Africans that have braided my hair, they talk about how they love their country and they can't wait until they get back home. So the girl was like, the lady that braided my hair, she was like, well, I'm just about done building my house. And she's been braiding my hair now for like 10 years. So I'm just about done building my house. And she said, I'll be going back I said, how long have you been in the United States? She said, 15 years. And I said, you don't want to stay? Oh, no. We come here to work. We just come here to work. I'm almost finished building my home. And so, like, she'll go home now. She's starting to go. She'll go leave and go stay like 2 months in the summertime. I be missing her because I be needing my hair braided because she braid my hair. She got a daughter and her nieces and stuff. I don't be wanting them to do my hair. I want for her to do it. And but she said, well, my daughter and nieces, they'll be here when I leave. She's like, I'll be here a few more years, and I'm going home for good. So I mean, they come over here with a goal. You can't be mad at them for that. That lady's about through building her house, and she said it'll be paid for cash. They braid. They don't have no complaints. I know their hands and stuff got to be hurting, standing there braiding, because I like to twist and twisting hair. All like it take them hours and hours. I know they back be hurting and everything. Yeah, I miss my grandbaby. I miss her so much. She just left. Like I was tired of her talking, but I miss my baby. I want her to come back. And I'm not gonna call for her to come back because her mama will bring her back. I got somewhere to be though. But if I told her mama to bring her back, she would definitely bring her back. She's not one of those ones that would say, Mama, you told me to come and get her. I'm gone now. She's not one of those ones. She'll turn around and bring her back. Oh wow. OG Snake Spotter says if we start call each other kings and queens, watch how shook the world. I'm telling you, you're right, Snake Spotter. I promise you. It's a way make up your mind. I know that's right. Oh my God. Have I ever dated outside of my race? I almost did. I almost dated outside of my race. Sometimes I wish I had, and I'm gonna tell you something, and this is a true story. I was about to be, I probably could if I didn't care about what other people said at that time, I just felt like I'm listening to like I try to be as conscious as I can. He's a really nice white guy, very wealthy. I could have been the bonding company queen. Okay. I could have been owning all them bonding companies. Okay. By way of my husband. But I always felt like I used to always ask, like when he started asking me to like let's go and for lunch or for dinner and stuff. It was so weird to me because I started doing it. Okay. I started meeting them for lunch or for dinner or something like that. And I would be looking around, right? And I'm serious. I would be so self-conscious. And I used to always say to him, like, dog, you a wealthy white guy. Like you come from a family where and not saying because he was already wealthy that I was beneath him. I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking in terms of I knew he had a nanny. I knew, his mother and them had him a nanny growing up. But I was thinking more in terms of like, both your mama and your daddy are both judges. Like, so you come from very wealthy households. You got them blue eyes. You one of those blue-eyed, like real white guys that has never had a taste of like you always lived in a rich white world. That's what I'm trying to say. And I ain't trying to sound racist when I say it, but that's what I'm saying. Like you always lived in a rich white world. Why are you so interested in black girls? And he was like, well, my mom and them, they're judges, not were, they are. They're judges, both of them, his mom and his daddy. And so he was like, I didn't want to be a lawyer because you be a lawyer before you're a judge. I didn't want to be a lawyer, so what I did was I wanted to be a school. I became a school teacher because that's what he did in the beginning. And then he was like, but I always went to like work. I always worked at like Sherwood and Sherfield, those schools like that, like Fairly, places like that. He said, because I wanted to work where I knew it would be a lot of black female teachers. I was like, really? Yeah, I've always. So then I asked him, I was like, so is it that I was like, but do you have a fetish for like black women? Because that's how my mind was. So we started going. When we would meet for lunch, so come meet me for lunch, come meet me for dinner. I was like, okay, cool. He was always real funny and stuff. And so I would be at first I started watching him. I was like, I'm gonna watch him to see, like, he's sitting here having dinner and stuff with a black girl. I'm gonna see if he, how he reacts, like, because we would always go in very exclusive, nice restaurants because he got some money now. And so it would be a lot of white people around us. I would watch him to see how he would react with me. And he would be looking right at me, laughing and not paying his surroundings any attention, but it would always be me. So I started looking around, like we went into restaurants and the white people never paid us any attention. And then we would go into like if we would meet for lunch at like restaurants where it was like a lot of mixed group of people, the black women and the black men would look at me like I was garbage. Like they would be looking at me, whispering. I would be so self-conscious. I would be looking around. I was like a paranoid schizophrenic. He said to me one day, Tamara, I really think that you're racist. I said, why do you think I'm racist? He said, every time you're out with me, you're looking around and you're saying, I'm wondering what, and I wonder what they're saying about us. I wonder what they over there. Look at how they looking at us. Because he would say, I don't think that they're paying us any attention. I would go, look at how they're looking at us. I know they're talking about us. Like I was really paranoid. Like that's how my mind and stuff was. And so I remember he was like one time, you know what I want to do? I was like, what? He was like, he said, I'm thinking about like in the hometown that I grew up in, I'm thinking about we don't have. I got offended. I don't know why I got offended. He's like, we don't really have like any fried chicken places. Any fried chicken places. He's like, what I was thinking about doing is like opening up a restaurant. It was gonna be like a franchise, one of those franchise restaurants. He was like, and I can get you to help me to run it or whatever. And I said, why you want to get me to run a fried chicken restaurant? Because I'm black? He was like, oh my God, Tamara, like your mind stay in the gutter. Like you really are racist, aren't you? He used to always try to throw that in my face. Cause everything is, why you say that? Like, did you say that because I was a black girl? But he was a real cool cat. He was. I think he walked on eggshells around me and then I like I said, we went into them pubs and stuff. I'd be looking around. And the only people, honestly, that I would see looking with disgust was other black people, like other black women. And I think I let that paranoia. He taught me the bonding business. Like he taught me the business of it. And later on, after he taught me the business of it, later on, I called him because, we would fall out. And I called him. I was like, I want to get I think I want my bonding licenses. He was like, okay, cool. I'll go ahead and do that for you. So when people get to asking me how you get your licenses, I guess you do it some kind of way. But I called him and told him, he was like, I'll take care of it for you. Next thing I know, I had them. So I don't know. She said, "Girl, please, they could not call me anything but his beautiful wife." Okay. And I get to thinking about that. I was like, dog, I sure wouldn't have to be worried about nothing. And his grandmama was a lawyer. She passed away. And they said she left him everything last year. Oh. I mean, I'm just, listen, I'm just saying this. We always get to, and I ain't trying to, like, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to say that I'm not trying to slight the black men at all, because black men will date white women. They don't have any issues with dating white women at all, or women of any other cultures. But they sure will they will cut at us real deep when we start thinking about dating outside of our race. Because I remember one time we went for lunch, like he was like, come, let's go walk downtown and have some lunch. I was like, okay. You know, I walked outside of 201 and we started walking and talking, and he was like, get in here. I had no idea, you know, that was the first time. He was like, no, you know, you're never supposed to be on the outside of me. I'm always supposed to be on the outside, and you're always supposed to be on the inside. Meaning when we walk, he's towards the street and I'm on the other side of him. And I told my mama that. She was like, well, a lot of men don't know that, but that he's protecting you. Like, and here's another thing, like my dad is very pro. My dad was very, very, I don't think he was racist. He was just definitely pro-black. He was pro-black. So when I started, I did have because he started teaching me so much. Like he was introducing me to like a lot of stuff, especially in the advertising business. Like when I was selling my advertisement and stuff, he was very supportive of buying ads for my TV show. And he was like, you know, I'm going to send you to this lawyer. He's a good friend of my dad, and he'll be waiting for you. Like I was getting so much money, it didn't make no sense. Like he was just helping me so much. And we had not did nothing and never did do anything. When we started talking on the phone every night, and you know, I remember he said to me, this is the closest. He was like, you know what I was thinking about doing? I was like, what? He said, I would like to get on the train and like start in Chicago and take a train ride to different cities. And at that time I had not even gotten on the train. And I said, well, he was like, I would like for you to go with me. And I said, well, we just sit on a train. He was like, well, you know, the train have bedrooms. I said, oh, so you want me to sleep in a bedroom with you? He was like, yeah. I thought about that. I said, I can't do that, because what if, and I asked him, I said, well, would you look at me as like your bed wench? He said, oh my God, Tamara, you're starting to make me uncomfortable. I just asked questions. So when I told my dad, because I started to like him so much, because he was just helping me with so many ideas. He wasn't a lawyer, but because his dad and them were judges and lawyers, and you know, the judges are lawyers. He knew a lot. He would like, you know, he would be like, you know, protect this idea, make sure you protect that. And he would ask his dad anything for me. And my mom said, you need to do this. And as a matter of fact, his mother, when his folks ran for office, he would always get them to advertise with me, and they paid me like a shitload of money. And his mama is still like my friend on Facebook to this day. His sister she's a lawyer for a network. And no, you know what I think? I think that this is what I think. Okay. Especially now, because we're still cool now. We never did anything. We ain't never do nothing. Because I told him, look, I mean, because we would stop talking and then he would start calling me again and we would talk again. I was like, well, look, I ain't into doing nothing unless I get married. Okay. I was trying to be smart about it. I need to know I ain't no bed wench. If we gonna be together, I need to know I'm marrying into that $1 million fortune. He a cool guy though. He is. He's a cool guy. He really is a cool guy. He's just crazy. He's a cool guy though. Crazier than a road. He real funny though. But I think the stress of the business that he's in is running him crazy. Okay. I think that runs him crazy. But I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think because I think he was just one of those rich white guys that was willing to pay for what he wanted. Okay. He saw he had to deal with me a little differently because I remember when the first time I met that guy, I walked into his office because I had just got my TV show and I was like, I'm gonna go to all of the bonding companies and see if they want to advertise. His bonding company was one. And it's funny because he said, I heard you. I could hear that I felt like you were a black girl. So I had told him, I was like, I'm gonna walk over there. He's like, yeah, walk on over here. And so when I walked in, I looked at him. He was like, I remember when you first walked in, you had no interest in me. I definitely had an interest in you. And I remember he said to me, he was like, your advertising prices are a little high. Because at that time they were, because I think I was only doing like 30 minutes, charging $800. And he said that, $800 is a little high for a 30-minute show. But I mean, I'll go ahead and pay it though to help you out. I was like, okay, thank you so much. I didn't know he was trying to shoot his shot at me. But after that, because at that time I was going to be on another network, but the lady was really expensive. And so my dad told me, why would you be on another person's network paying them all that money? He said, I'm getting ready to retire. If you figure out what it takes to have your own network on Comcast, I'll pay I'll buy the time. I'll pay for everything. I'll buy the cameras and all of that. And I figured it out. And he still did business with me. And I told him, I said, I'm going to be coming on more days and I'm not going to go up on you if you just, if you still pay the $800 a month. And I'll be coming on more days and I'll just air your commercial more times. He was like, okay. He did. He was very faithful. He sent me a lot of business. And his mom and dad, friends that were politicians, like when they got ready to run for for judges and stuff, he would have them to advertise with me and stuff. So to make a long story short, we never did nothing. But I get to thinking now, did I miss an opportunity because I was scared to step outside of the lines of dating a black man? Because if the shoe's on the other feet, if the shoe's on the other foot, a black guy will step outside of. They love dating outside of their race. He said, let me find out, Miss T. We never did nothing. I be asking myself sometimes, so did I miss an opportunity because I was so fearful to step outside? Like my biggest fear is somebody getting mad at me and saying, you nigga, because they'll do it. I mean, hey, and I'm talking about, and it could go either way. In any race, I that was like my fear too. Like I used to ask him that, what would you do if you got mad at me? Would you call me a name? I wouldn't call you any name. She said, "Yeah, you." He said, "Yeah, you missed the big one." I get to thinking about that. I think I missed out on the opportunity. I do because I was very fearful. I think he started to think I was ashamed of him because he was. I remember one time it's like, I'm going to my high school reunion. You're gonna have to show me how. Oh Lord, I was like, you want me to come to a high school reunion with you where you went to a private school. He says, I don't see color when it comes to how people treat me. That's true because I got to be honest. He was a white guy and he treated me a lot better than a whole lot of black men that I've ever dated. And that's the truth. So I think people should date who makes them happy, right? Not somebody who looks down on them because there are some people that date folks that absolutely just looks down on them, but it's some type of mental illness and attachment of knowing that some people date folks because they feel like I am inferior and I know that this person needs me and it makes them feel good. Okay. And then I think there are interracial couples that marry and they truly love each other. So I gotta say that too. Date who loves you. It should not race and color should not matter. Okay. Just make sure they ain't talking about your kids and your mama and you too. Okay. Saying they on welfare and all of that. Okay. I'm talking about you like you're a damn Sambo, in which some of these Negroes are Sambos. Okay. They doing them just right. And then when they get mad at you, call the police on you, okay? Because they do that. Um, but I think people should be with race shouldn't matter. I don't think that race should matter. It's not the color of the person, it's the content of the person's, the content of the character. So, like I said, that was the only white guy that I've talked to on the phone, and he was really funny, um, very generous, a wealth of knowledge. Um, I just cared about what people thought, and I should not have what I. It, I mean, if I had my mind right, I should have got. Okay, all right. Anyways, I ain't gonna say that. Okay, so I gotta have my grandbaby back over here next weekend so we can look at a Christmas story. So then we can look at a Christmas story. Mm. Let's see. I think I want to. When I finish doing the needs to, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go get my toes done. I think I'm gonna. I want some purple toes. That's what I want. I want a vibrant purple toe nail polish on me. A neon purple. So you need to call the baby today. I know I'm gonna have a. I just, you know what? I just get to thinking about like I was looking at something on Yahoo saying that all of the Christmas shows are gonna be on next weekend. So I need to have my grandbaby over so we can look at the Christmas shows. Cause she be communicating back with me. She is so fun to look at Christmas shows with. She Gigi, you see that? Yeah. Oh my God, I love it so much. Like it's like she just get it. I mean, it reminds me of how I was when I was a baby. When I was a little girl, loving looking at those shows, like the excitement that I get now when I look at Charlie Brown Christmas, I still get that excitement that I got when I was a little girl. I love looking at Charlie Brown Christmas and A Christmas Story and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I love looking at it so much. Me and my grandmother used to turn out all the lights in the house when we was living in Clementine, and the Christmas shows would come on, and we would lay in the floor and look at the TV. He says my great granddad was seen as black, but he wasn't black at all. He was Native and Irish. I was with that man until his last breath in life a few years ago at age 94. He lived a long time. Macy said, yeah, Miss T, you miss your husband. Yeah. If I get to thinking about now, like some of the guys that I dated, he was the only white guy that I talked to. I wouldn't say that we dated because we never did anything. Like we didn't travel like he wanted to or anything like that. We didn't do anything. But it really feels good though, as a woman. I think about it now, like when you have someone that's self-sufficient, that's not looking for you to carry them in every way. You know what I mean? Because you get to talking to some guys now, and that's why I don't talk to guys long. They be wanting to know what you got. They be wanting to know, like, they just be wanting to know what you got. And then the next thing you know, they're trying to move with you. I'm gonna tell y'all about, and I'm not trying to like harp on Mr. Parker or anything like that. And listen, I'm not trying to, because I really, my mama was talking to me the other day about that. My mom was like, I think it's time for your heart to change as it relates to Mr. Parker. That was just an experience. And I was not mad at Mr. Parker because I understood what it was when it was. Okay. I really did like Mr. Parker. I don't think that Mr. Parker is a bad guy at all. I don't. I'm not going to take away from those times that I think that Mr. Parker is full of wisdom. But I feel like Mr. Parker is used to being carried. And I couldn't do that. I was not going to do it. Not as a woman, I wasn't. And but I get to thinking about, like, I don't have any issues with imparting. Okay. I don't have any issues with imparting like positive energy if it's being reciprocated, or I got a business mind, or most men, most of them, Mr. Parker didn't, but most men have a really good work ethic. Okay. They have a really good work ethic. When they work really hard, it turns me on. I mean, what woman wouldn't want to impart wisdom or help, be vocal in trying to help a man, not financially, but being vocal in trying to help a man advance. If you got some knowledge, that works hard, that's respectful, that understand what his role is, regardless to how much, whether he's making more than you or not, consistently understanding what his role is, and that's to take care of his woman, right? What woman wouldn't want to impart into something like that? Rather than, so I get to thinking about, with that particular white guy and a few other black guys that I've dated, for the most part, the majority of them that I've really dated, understood what their role was. But being out there dating now, I've never seen anything like I've seen before. Men, I mean, it's really shocking to me when I hear men don't have any what's the word that I'm looking for? Pride about asking a woman for some money, trying to get over on a woman, wanting to move in with a woman. My friend that trained me, the investigator, he's old school, okay? The one I was telling y'all about, that he's retired from the FBI. I remember when I told him that, and I let him talk to Parker. I let him and Parker talk, because he's like a mentor of mine. Okay, Kevin is like a mentor, and so him and Parker talked or whatever, and he liked to crack a lot of jokes and stuff. So, and this is before Parker came to Memphis. And I remember I told him, I was like, well, he's adamant about he wants to move to Memphis, because I tried to tell Parker, I don't think it's a good idea for you to move down to Memphis. Why don't you wait? We need to wait this out. You moving too fast. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get. At first he's like, well, I'm gonna just get my own apartment. And so I was like, I don't know how good. Why? Okay, well, and he was like, well, and then it went from, I've been looking at like rooming houses. I said, a rooming house? Why would you want to move in a rooming house? Because I want to be close to you. I want to be close to you. If we're gonna grow this, we need to be close together. And I was like, I don't think it's a good idea for you. We need to get to know each other more before you move to Memphis. And so then it went from that to, well, I mean, I'm not gonna get into, because I'm not really not trying to bash the guy like he did me. Okay. But in hindsight, I think about it now, he was really moving too fast, because at that time I had just moved from out of Mississippi, because I gotten a job in Memphis and I had to move back in Shelby County. So I just got like one of the first thing, all I know, I was like, well, I want to be, I want to be back where I was at before. And so that's what happened. But I remember I told Kevin, and he was like, well, I was like, well, rather than let him, for him to pay for a rooming house, he was like, I could just be paying all your bills. And I said, well, I got to thinking about that. I was like, well, he could be paying all my bills. I let him trick me. That's what I did. I let him trick me. And I was like, okay, well, that is true. Rather than putting the money, paying like $400 or $500 for a rooming house every week, he was like, well, I'm gonna just give you my whole check. I said, you're gonna give me your whole check? He was like, yeah, because I'm not, I don't want to mess up no money. I don't want to disappoint you. And I said, you'll give me your whole check? He was like, yeah. So I mean, I think about stuff in hindsight now. And he was like, I wasn't thinking about, I don't know. I just was not thinking. I had not been in a relationship in 2 years. I had been celibate for 2 years. And so he was like, like, I'll put my check in your account, so it won't even go in my account. Or come to find out, he didn't have no account. He was putting his check on some type of debit card. And so, but anyway, we're gonna skip all that. To make a long story short, I remember when I told Kevin, I said, Kevin, well, he's gonna move here. He was like, okay, where he's gonna live at? I said, well, hey, at first he was gonna get an apartment, and then it went to a rooming house, and then it went to, hey, he's just gonna pay all my bills. And I said, he's just gonna pay all my bills and just give me his whole check. And the first thing Kevin said, now Kevin retired from the FBI after 30 years open up a successful PR company, still do private investigative work. He do more work for the government. He have to get me where I'm at. And so he was like, the first thing he said was, "Oh no, Tam, did you run a background check on him? Because most men don't move that's got something going on. They don't move into a woman's shit." That's exactly what he said. I'll never forget, because he always working on some building and shit, because he crazy. And he stopped. He said, "Oh no, Tam, did you run a background check on him? Because most men that's got something going on, they don't move into a woman's shit." I said, I said, "Well," he said, "You didn't even, Tam, what's going on with you? You're a fucking investigator. You haven't run a background check on him?" I said, "I'm gonna do that right now." Like I told y'all, I had been into a depression, and I'm not trying. I promise you. He had told me about some stuff that he had in his background. Okay, because I like to, when I start talking to guys, I'd like to give them the opportunity to tell me before I go digging for it. And so, and so then I went and did that. I went and did that. And I'm not, I tell you. Anyways, we ain't gonna talk about that no more. And the only reason I even feel comfortable to talk about Parker did that to me first. I had not even said nothing bad about Parker. I didn't. Parker went and did what he did, but he didn't know that I had been talking to that lady, had been calling me that he had been with and telling me all his business. And she told me I could record her. So he know I had her on recorder because she said I could record her, talking about his whole family, telling all of his business that I didn't know. Okay. Anyways, he said Kevin Smart. Yeah, Kevin Smart. Kevin the man. I promise you. I called Kevin one morning. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" He said, I got a case where of a missing person." I was like, "Okay." He still do his independent, like private work. He retired. Kevin got so much money. He said, "I'm out here." He had something. He said, scraping the bottom of a pond, or bottom of a lake. I said, "What the hell?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to teach you how to drag the river to see if dead bodies is down in the river." I said, in the lake." I said, "Oh my God." Neo says most women would say yes just because they already like the man and he gonna give her his whole check. That mindset is lame as fuck. I love Miss T. Y'all, let's see. It's 2:00. Y'all, what do you all think happened to this lady? The people from Memphis, what do you all think happened to this lady? Miss Pandora Duckett. Remember Miss Pandora Duckett went missing? She was in 2019. She was 85 years old. I would hate to believe that somebody killed an 85-year-old woman that was already suffering from the Alzheimer's. Listen, I know people be saying Alzheimer's. They came in here and they laughed at me because I said Alzheimer's. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I used to say old timers, hell, because I didn't know what it was. I used to say old timers. This lady that worked at the sheriff's office, that's a nurse, heard me say that. She said, "What did you say?" I said, "Old timers." She said, "No, it's not old timers. It's Alzheimer's." And you don't say the Z. I said, Alzheimer's. She said, Alzheimer's. The Z is silent. So when they come in here saying it's Alzheimer's, even people in the medical field, I'm telling y'all what a nurse practitioner told me. She said it was Alzheimer's. So that's why I've been saying that. Alzheimer's. She told me how to say it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, y'all, I got some things I gotta do today. It's very important. Let me turn my heat on right quick before I get ready to leave up out of here. What the hell is this? Be quiet, girl. Hold on. Okay, y'all. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Anyways, y'all, I got to get ready so I can get out of here. Maybe I'll come back on tonight. Well, I've been on 2 hours already, so it wouldn't be no need for me to come back on tonight, right? Maybe I got to do it. I got a test I got to take tonight, so I can't come back on. So I'll come back on tomorrow if tomorrow is not too hectic. I'm gonna try to stay in the office all day and close out some cases that I got solved. So, anyways, you guys, I love you all. Y'all have a happy Sunday and be safe out there. I gotta run. I'll talk to you later.